59 seconds of logos. How are all three of them running in sync while having their feet chained and faster than the speed of the train? What is this, some romantic Bollywood movie?
Say, any of you boys, Smithies?
What?
Or, if not Smithies per se, were you otherwise trained in the metallurgic arts before straitened circumstances forced?
Thank goodness for the entire story, Delmar's legs aren't squashed medieval style.
Scene does not include lap dance.
Here, the car is parked parallel to the building. In the following scene, however, when they get out of the car, it's parked facing away from the building.
Alright, boys. Follow my lead.
Of course they're gonna follow your lead. There's nowhere else to go.
Hello? Who's the honcho around here?
The word honcho is taken from the Japanese hancho, which means group leader, and did not become an English expression until GIs brought it back from the Pacific War in 1947, 10 years after this movie takes place. So he's able to beautifully crap out a song just like that. I've seen the real Pappy O'Daniel had no presence in the politics of Mississippi. Oh, and the filmmakers knew this. Also, the candidate's campaign for Mississippi governorship for a 1937 election was off the state's actual statewide schedule by 2 years. Babyface Nelson died of gunshot wounds. Shots fired! Shots fired! 3 years before the movie has him active in Mississippi. Oh, and the filmmakers knew this.
Any of you boys know your way around a Walter PPK?
Walter PPK sales only really took off after the introduction of the James Bond movies in 1962. Now, bank robbers of the 1920s and 30s generally preferred American-made pistols, like the Browning 1903 or the Colt 1911.
Say, what line of work you in, George?
I wonder. Also, he asked the fellers if they know their way around a Walter PPK, and then he pulls out this submachine gun. The Walter PPK is a pistol.
Down with your finest bubbly wine.
In this scene, Everett orders the restaurant's finest bottle of bubbly wine, but Mississippi prohibited the sale of alcohol until 1966. We interrupt this viewing to bring you Quentin's Butterflies.
Where are they here?
Oh, I've really been looking forward to seeing those balls. I didn't know Mini-Me was a part of this movie. Mustache? No mustache. Mustache again.
Take it back now, y'all.
What are they doing? Smelling each other's mustaches? Hey, that reminds me.
You may be big and fat, or uglier than sin. All the ladies shut you out. You're wondering how to get in. Well, here is my advice for how to make a splash. You can have your pick of gals if you've only got a mustache. A mustache, a mustache. If you've only got a mustache. A mustache, a mustache, a mustache. Big mustache, thick mustache. My mustache, your mustache. Say the word mustache. A mustache, a mustache. Now we both have said mustache, a mustache, a mustache, if you've only got a mustache.
And I have traveled many a weary mile.
OMG, just kiss already.
My 6 daughters.
7, Daddy.
That ain't your daddy, Alvinell. Your daddy was hit by a train.
Shots fired!
Penny,
Shots fired!
No, you stop it. Vernon here's got a job. Vernon's got prospects. He's bona fide. What are you?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I'm the paterfamilias, and you can't marry him.
I can, I am, and I will.
Well, I can, I, and I will. Bad grammar.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Calm down. Take a deep breath, calm down.
So he can beat like 3 guys at the KKK rally and steal their clothes and not beat this wimp? I'm on John Oliver with this one.
Call dingo on that man. I call dingo on him. I call dingo. Dingo, dingo, dingo.
Let's not forget those ladies, y'all.
Look, even he's afraid of his wife.
Looking to us for protection from darkies, from Jews, from papists, and from all those smart-ass folks say we come descended from monkeys.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
That's not my coaching heritage. Yeah. Is that your coaching heritage? No.
You just said yes. Also, he's basically saying that even if you're the smallest percentage not white, then you're not part of his cultural heritage. To all you dumb people in the audience, allow me to let John Oliver explain to you why the importance of the smallest bit of something is important.
If someone takes a dump on my desk, the size of the dump is not the issue. I'm not going to say, well, how big of a dump is it? 8 inches? 10 inches? Oh, just 3 inches? Well, that's almost like you didn't take a dump on my desk at all.
How can these assholes still possibly be singing? The scenes before and after the flood must only be 1 or 2 minutes apart. Everybody was able to hold their breath and not drown. But before the flood, it's very sunny, you know? You have these strong shadows, and after the flood, the sky is hazy white. How the hell did this coffin just pop up?
A miracle! It was a miracle!
Elmer, don't be ignorant. I told you they was flooding this valley.
No, that ain't it! We prayed to God and He pitied us.
Well,
So they're either being pulled or pushed upstream because they're not moving at all. I mean, all the debris and the broken trees are floating downstream, so they should be floating downstream too, but they're obviously not.
cast about in a moment of stress. No, the fact is they're flooding this valley so they can hydroelectric up the whole darn state. Yes, sir. South is gonna change.
South is gonna change, cliche.
Out with the old spiritual mumbo-jumbo, the superstitions, and the backward ways. We're gonna see a brave new world.
Mumbo Jumbo and Brave New World are both bad books.
The books do not matter.
I guess this is somehow supposed to compensate the killing of multiple cows at the beginning of the movie.
Not a moment too soon. Hey, there's Tommy. Tommy, what you riding there?
That's what she said.
Whoa! Roll top desk!
Didn't expect any less of you. You know what this sounds like? The return of the king. The end of the ring.
No, wait, honey. Finding one.
1 for the baby. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where the f is the 7th child? After consulting the expert himself, the leader of the Boxcar Children, I have reached the conclusion that this scene shows a modern railroad track structure with welded rail joints that weren't in common usage until after the 1960s.
So rich and white, it's like a cheesecake!